God bless everybody. I need to quickly get on here and talk about this video. And I believe I still have the video up. In the beginnings of my video years ago, I made videos talking about these natural disasters, what the Lord has showed me. One of them was about the flooding. Some floods that people aren't going to be able to run from or escape. So you better have your soul right with Jesus Christ. But I want to talk about a couple of things. I had moved to Dallas, Texas in 2016 or 2015 and 2016 because my youngest daughter was born there. And this has been going on since I've been saved since 2009. The Lord was showing me a lot of places, each state that was going to hit with natural disasters. But I do know He has showed me about tsunami was going to hit the whole East Coast. I didn't ask for it. Only one I asked for it was it going to hit New York. And that night, God gave me a dream about New York. I believe I've seen Manhattan underwater. But for years, y'all, I've been having these reoccurring dreams about the tsunami that's going to hit East Coast. And I'm not his only child that he had given this to. I spoke with other people on YouTube about this. And I actually became friends with a lady. She has videos up there about God was showing her about the whole East Coast. And that's how I was so happy to know that other brothers and sisters were getting the same dreams. God is speaking to his children. But when I moved, I stopped dreaming of the tsunamis when I moved to Texas. So when I got to Texas, the dreams that I was having when I was in Texas, that there are going to be clusters of tornadoes. And these tornadoes are actually really big. These tornadoes they were so big. They were bigger than the normal tornadoes. And people were running everywhere. And I used to hate those dreams because it felt so real. And I used to be so happy when God just wakes me up out of the dream from these dreams. And I also dreamt that hurricanes are going to even be bigger than category 5s. I spoke about that years ago on this channel. There are going to be hurricanes out there bigger than category 5. Now, other brothers and sisters dreamt of California having earthquakes and California is going to be underwater. And I do believe them. And people dreamt about earthquakes in the Midwest of America. And I'm just going to say this. We're not going to outrun God's judgment. It's best for you, instead of praying. I'm not saying it's not okay to pray about these storms, but if it's God's judgment, there's nothing that we can do. And we have to accept that we have to spit in God's face. We turn our backs to him. We start following his commands. We doing what we want to do. We don't give him no time. We give everything else time and on this earth except giving time to God. But I want you guys to understand this. It's going to happen because this is God's judgment. You cannot stop God's judgment no matter how much you pray. You cannot stop God's judgment. If this is what he has to do to wake people up, then y'all should be doing some soul searching and getting your spirit right with God. You're not going to outrun a lot of disasters. Will he protect his children? Of course he will. He always protects his children. But you need to be seeking out his face for directions. All this time that, people wasted during these years of doing what you want to do, then you guys want to come together and pray about a situation. We should be praying, being in God's presence, repenting way before that. It shouldn't take a natural disaster for us to get our act together. But this is God's way of his judgment. It's going to wake a lot of people's eyes up. Florida is going to be underwater. Okay? Texas are going to have multiple cluster tornadoes back to back. Those dreams were very scary. And I remember in the dreams, I seen one that came and did destruction. And then I heard this loud trumpet sound, and it was alerting us there was more. There were people running, scared, have no place to go. You can't outrun these natural disasters. And I looked up in that dream. It was pitch dark. The sky, all you seen was the lightning, and people were screaming everywhere. And I had this dream, y'all, a long time ago. I rededicated my life back in 2009 to Jesus, and He's been showing me stuff ever since 2009. Well, I've been having dreams since I was a teenager, but it really went deeper when I gave my life to Jesus, but and surrender and said, God, okay, use me. And these tornadoes are going to be so huge. These hurricanes are going to be huge. The weather is going to change. I told y'all in another video about how this year was going to be hot. In 2025, it's going to be extremely hot too. And I made a community post that I need to make a video about y'all stop buying these cars from years 2023 and up, because these cars have a mind of their own. I screenshotted the story. I'm gonna put in my community post about this man car, electric car. It did something. The car tried to drive him. The car locked him in, and I believe the car tried to drive him into the lake and drown him. I kept telling y'all, do not get any cars from the year 23 and up. I know, because in the background, I used to work for a company a while back. I used to work for a company, and I used to be telling, God allowed me to work for that company. I used to be telling people these cars that they're going to have, it's going to have a mind of your own. Setting on fire, the car is going to set on fire. They're going to malfunction, and those cars are going to be unaliving a lot of people. You're going to be hearing stories about that. I need to make a separate video about it, but I'm just giving you a little bit of what God has spoke to me and showed me about. But these tornadoes are going to be hitting Texas back to back to back. It's going to be record-breaking tornadoes. I spoke of this years ago on this channel, and I dreamt about that. I used to dream about that all the time when I was living in Texas. And when I stopped moving, when I went back to Florida, I stopped having those dreams. And then when I went back to Florida, the dream continues with the tsunamis. But I also had last year that I got the video on private. I got a lot of videos on private that the Lord had talked to me about, prophesied some things. I should be posting them. I'm taking some other stuff down and I'm putting them posting them back up. There are going to be tornadoes in Florida. I've seen creatures coming from underground, and people were running from these creatures. In the dream, people were so scared. And y'all, don't be scared. Believe in Jesus. Believe that He will protect you. Believe that He will protect you and your family. But you must seek it. Get off the phone. Get off this internet. Stop talking and seek His face for directions. He will protect His children. Okay? God will protect His children. But you guys need to stay off this online stuff and seek His face. Fall on your face and cry out to God, because you guys have families. Cry out to God till you can't cry no more. Until you get an answer from Him. Until He directs you. Don't you stay off from praying on your face. You stay on your face until He answers you. He loves a diligent heart. He loves somebody who has a diligent heart. He loves somebody who's consistently seeking Him out, because He knows that you're serious. Don't seek Him out one day and then you're back to your lives on social media. You're back to making your videos. You're back to in your fornication, boyfriend and girlfriend, living and shacking up. Don't do that. You back to cussing. You back to doing this. You back to drinking. You back to doing every sin that have you captivated. This is not the time to be sleeping on judgment on this world. Seek His face so you will be safe. In Jesus' name.